Hello there. I got a request about this in my last video of how to make my GoPro things, and I learned this from Molly University, so I can't really take credit, but I'm gonna show you since a whole lot of people seem really confused about this. That horse has a nice jump. Is that a Hanoverian? I think it's a Hanoverian. Anyway, yeah. Few key things. All you need is a good recording software. I use OBS. And I have CapCut to edit it. You will need something like that. Obviously, if you want to pay for stuff like that, you can. Hang on, I'm just going to turn this off. I don't feel like paying for it, so I'm just gonna use the free stuff. If you're poor like me, you can do the same. They work great. You're going to want to make sure before you start that your anti-aliasing is on in here in your graphics, because this will smooth it out, because you're going to have to zoom it in a whole lot. Yeah, alright, first things first, get your jump set up. If you were doing this on cross country, ignore this step. Is it C on this one that has the big ones? Beautiful. Actually, yeah, let's just do this one. Okay, the big thing is you want to have your tack off. Well, the back stuff anyway. You can leave your boots and your bridle, but you want to take your back stuff off. So step 1, become a wild horse. Go to creative, obviously. And I'm going to guess none of you are new here. And so the thing you have to do, I play around with this from day to day. I'm going to keep this sound, this one here, but if you wish, I'll show you guys later in this. If you wish, you can zoom like this, because then, as you see, if you jump, your butt will not get in the way, which is the big problem with SSO, because, like, for example, if you try and zoom in like this, it has beautiful, like, regular GoPro, but when you want to jump, that's not something you see normally when you're GoProing normally. So, like, most of the time for, like, trail rides or whatever, I GoPro like this, but then when I want to do jumps, I have to do it a little differently, and the quality will be a little bit weird, but as I say, play around with your zoom settings, find what works for you. I'm gonna go like this. Hang on, let me just test. I think that might not even work. Hang on, I have to fix it. Alright. I'm just gonna go with all the way in, all the way out. I know I won't get a butt thing here. Okay, yes. Begin recording. I already am recording. You can leave your UI thing here on. I do most of the time. You want to make sure that your mouse is not in the frame here, but obviously since it's such a tiny video, like a video frame, it's going to be like this amount you're editing, so you can see it on the actual thing. You won't be able to see any of this, so honestly your UI doesn't matter, but if you're on PC, which I'm assuming you are, I don't know how to do it for mobile, to be completely frank with you. Mobile's a mess right now. You just hit F1 to get rid of your UI thing here. Anyway, let's begin. Choose your course, whatever you want. I'm not going to do that for you. And so just like a couple good recordings. It takes a little bit to be able to get your, like, depth perception going here. Because I'm guessing about when to take off on these, because the zoom thing is just so weird that it looks like I'm not moving at all, in my opinion. It's like a fisheye thing. It's annoying. Anyway, yeah, once you get a few good jumps, make sure your tail is not in the way and that you haven't, like, gotten a red error message thing. You may stop. So, I wish you to load. Is it this one? It might be this one. Alright, yes, it is in fact this one. Here, let me mute it so you don't have to listen to me yap. Like, in double. I don't even know why you're choosing to listen to me yap in the first place. That's on you, bro. Here, I think I started really late in the video, so you want to, like, zoom this bit out here. I think I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording. As far as it'll go, because it'll help you be more precise with your scene selection, which you're really going to need to do later on. Hang on, where do I start jumping? Yeah, this works. Delete all this crap. Alright. Here, you go to crop, wherever it might be in your editing program. And why anti-aliasing is going to be really important later on is because you have to zoom in so much that it already gets all jagged and pixely and really nasty. So yeah, make sure that this center line here is approximately at the center of your horse's mane. Doesn't need to be super accurate right now. Hang on, that's a little too far up. The weird thing with this is, I still haven't figured out how to work around this. This is just a temporary solution, but it does work. You have to have like I haven't used a GoPro in like an age and a half, so I couldn't actually tell you what it looks like, but here, that seems to be okay, right? It's at the end, like, you know. Okay, so, right before moment of takeoff, which is approximately here, you're going to want to split or mark your video. I'm just going to mark it real quick so I know where to come back, because it'll snap to it. So you mark the beginning of your jump, and then the end of your jump, like after you've entirely recovered. And see, this is a really tiny window, so I'm going to zoom it out more again, like this, yes. You only want to split where you've marked, because otherwise it'll mess up the zoom when you try to restore the original zoom, because you have to zoom in a great deal to get the butt out of the frame here. So we're just working with this little chunk right here for the time being. And so at the height of your jump, you want to pause it. See, you don't see this when you're actually GoProing. So you want to move the frame up or crop it to the point where the butt and reins, like the back piece, are no longer in the frame. And then you return to regular video. There is a fancier way to do this using keyframes, I believe, if you zoom, if you like to make this transition here smoother. I honestly just think I didn't care enough to like properly clip this so it's not a huge transition, but if you watch, it's no longer a huge deal. Like, you cannot see the butt as good, and I think you have to play around more. I do know what I'm doing. You do have to play around more with this bit. I'd move it up a little bit more. I think I have too much of the horse's head in the frame, but if you have it like this, then your transition will be slightly smoother. Here, I'm also like looking down at her neck right now. The horse I'm using right now is a York Mountain horse, by the way. Go buy them if you have the money, and if you wish to. They're the horsiest horse in the game. Like, they have the actual tailbone where it doesn't just look like the tail's a like clump of ramen attached to their butt. And like, they move beautifully, and yes, if you have the money and if you wish to, go buy them. So, how about, no. Trying to figure out how to like slow this down so you guys can see it. Let us be big screen and go back very, very slowly. Here. So if you watch, it is jumpy, yes, and oh, her back's in the frame there. I forgot to. Oh yeah, I didn't edit this bit. Well, yeah, but if you watch here, just this bit here, as you can see, it is to some degree a clean jump. And obviously I've number one, very sleep deprived, and number two, haven't done a whole lot of planning on this video. I'm just trying to like show you guys how to do it. Play around with it, find what works for you, but that is the essence of it if you want to create a good GoPro video. I do have some issues with Star Stable, obviously, because like it's almost I don't know what's going on here. My computer is ancient anyway, so I can't like get a good amount of details. Like, it'll freak out on me. If you zoom in here more, it might not look like you're floating so high above the horse's head. No, that was the wrong thing to do. You have to flatten it a tad. A smidge, I should say. Here. Oh, okay, I guess I can't go any smaller than that, but whatever. I mess with it too much, but like, this here bit, yes, it works. I think that's it. I'm gonna have to go ahead and edit this, and I know I'm gonna hate how my voice sounds, but like, I have to be quiet anyway because my family members are aggravating. Yes, I will make a video soon about how to film a double jump using nothing but some good recording software and an alternate account. So I will see you guys in the next video, whenever that may come, whenever I find the time to do a voiceover. Goodbye!